I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Success is often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. Mistakes are the portals of discovery. Do not be embarrassed by your failures, learn from them and start again. Every failure is a step to success. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. You are capable of more than you know. Choose a goal that seems right for you and strive to be the best, however hard the path. Aim high, behave honorably, prepare to be alone at times and to endure failure. Persist. The world needs all you can give. Success is not built on success. It's built on failure. It's built on frustration. Sometimes it's built on catastrophe. My fault, my failure, is not in the passions I have, but in my lack of control of them. Failure is always an option. Do not brood over your past mistakes and failures, as this will only fill your mind with grief, regret, and depression. Do not repeat them in the future. If you're doing your best, you won't have any time to worry about failure. One's only rival is one's own potentialities. One's only failure is failing to live up to one's own possibilities. In this sense, every man can be a king, and must therefore be treated like a king. For every failure, there's an alternative course of action. You just have to find it. When you come to a roadblock, take a detour. You make mistakes. Mistakes don't make you. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. A failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best one can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying. There is no such thing as failure. There are only results. Remember that failure is an event, not a person. Age wrinkles the body, quitting wrinkles the soul. Winning is great, sure, but if you are really going to do something in life, the secret is learning how to lose. Nobody goes undefeated all the time. If you can pick up after a crushing defeat and go on to win again, you are going to be a champion someday. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. A man can fail many times, but he isn't a failure until he begins to blame somebody else. The season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. You always pass failure on your way to success. Do not fear mistakes. You will know failure. Continue to reach out. Failure after long perseverance is much grander than never to have a striving good enough to be called a failure. If you're not failing every now and again, it's a sign you're not doing anything very innovative. Failure is not a single, cataclysmic event. You don't fail overnight. Instead, failure is a few errors in judgment, repeated every day. There are some defeats more triumphant than victories. Don't be afraid of missing opportunities. Behind every failure is an opportunity somebody wishes they had missed. Man is not made for defeat. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Failures, repeated failures, are finger posts on the road to achievement. One fails forward toward success. I think and think for months and years, 99 times, the conclusion is false, the 100th time I am right. Success breeds complacency, complacency breeds failure, only the paranoid survive. Failure is the key to success, each mistake teaches us something. Failure should be our teacher, not our undertaker. Failure is delay, not defeat. It is a temporary detour, not a dead end. Failure is something we can avoid only by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. We have 40 million reasons for failure, but not a single excuse. Through perseverance, many people win success out of what seemed destined to be certain failure. An essential aspect of creativity is not being afraid to fail. Failure is a word unknown to me. If at first you don't succeed, failure may be your style. When I was young, I observed that 9 out of 10 things I did were failures, so I did 10 times more work. Success comes when people act together. Failure tends to happen alone. Our best successes often come after our greatest disappointments. Success and failure are equally disastrous. Any fact facing us is not as important as our attitude toward it, for that determines our success or failure. The way you think about a fact may defeat you before you ever do anything about it. You are overcome by the fact because you think you are.